So, who am I? I think everyone has a side of them that they truly don't let others see, or maybe people just don't see it. In this speech, I really want you all to get to know the real me. After thinking, digging, and asking myself questions and those who know me questions, I really got in touch with how I view myself. This speech, I will talk about who I think I am and what I present, who others think I am, and then who I truly am. My first main point, I'd like to talk about who I think I am and how I think others view me. So I'm very disciplined and responsible, and disciplined was my number one strength in our assessment that we took. I always study, do my homework, and turn in assignments on time. I will never let an assignment be turned in late or forget about one. I always try my very best in every assignment that I do. I'm very organized, and I love making lists. And I love just that feeling when you check something off and see how much progress you're making. That makes me feel really good about myself. And I'm very helpful, but sometimes I tend to put too much stress on myself by saying yes to everyone and taking on too much, and I know I should work on that. I am also shy. I'm sure people view me that way because in a classroom setting I'm very shy. But if you get me in a social setting, I'm more outgoing. I think my friends view me as outgoing, more outgoing outside of a classroom, so that's what I think. Also, for example, when I was in gymnastics, my whole life, I was always viewed as the leader, especially in my senior year of high school, because I was more quieter, but I was very driven and determined and disciplined and wanting to get things done and making sure everyone was doing okay and doing their very best. So I think it just depends on the situation, really. Next, I'd like to talk about how others think I am. For this one, I asked my roommate how she thinks I am. She says I'm too serious about school and that I put school first before my social life, but is that really a bad thing? I disagreed with this because I think it's a good thing because, not to be rude, but unlike her, she puts her social life first, I feel like, and I'm more very serious about school and getting things done, and that's just my personality. And she said I'm shy around new people, which I do agree. When I came here, I didn't know anyone, and so coming to school with a bunch of small town Iowa people was really hard for me because I felt like everyone knew each other and I was just the odd one out. But the more I get to know people, the more outgoing I become and less shy. Lastly, I'd like to talk about who I really am. I think I'm an introvert, but also an extrovert. I'm shy and outgoing. It just depends on the situation and my comfort level. Sometimes I care too much. Well, for example, sometimes I care too much about my appearance on social media, which sounds really stupid, but I just care a lot about what others think and how they view me, and I know that I shouldn't, and I'm working on that because I should just want to feel I need to feel more confident about myself and what I like to post rather than what I think people would want me to post, if that makes sense. Also, I know I need to find more balance in my social life and school life. It's just hard for me to draw the line because my brain is constantly going and it's really hard for me to shut it off and just try to be in the moment. But yeah, for example, Halloween weekend was a 3-day weekend this year, and all my friends went out, and I was gonna go out, but I decided last minute that I wasn't gonna go out even though I already had bought a costume because I was just really stressed out about school and it was my first semester and I just really wanted to do good and prove myself to my parents. So I know maybe I should have gone out a day instead of all 3 like everyone else, but I just get like that sometimes about school. And to conclude, this was me trying to show you who the real Hannah is. Throughout my first semester here at UNI, I really uncovered who I am. And I know that sounds cliche, but I truly did. I became really independent and I've been doing great so far from home. I did not expect that, and separating from my twin was really hard too, but I've been doing really good and more capable of things than I thought I would be. This speech allowed me to open up to you and share myself with you and maybe change some of your opinions about me. This was really interesting for me to learn about, so I hope it was for you guys too. But to conclude, I hope that coming to college maybe it's helped you find your true self too, or maybe this speech was just helped you uncover who you really are. Thank you.